Hi everyone, welcome back. For my next lesson, I'm gonna show you how to do the do-while loop. So the previous lesson we did was this one. Let me open that back up. We just did the while loop in the previous lesson. Now we're gonna do something very similar. It's also a loop, but it's a do-while loop. So to get started, let me just copy the code from the previous lesson and paste it into the same package. And I'm gonna change the name of the program here. So it's gonna be a do while instead of a while. And I'm gonna show you how similar they are, the do while and the while loop. So this is the code for the while loop. And if we were to run it, you would see that it takes in a bunch of numbers, say like 10, 12.5, and then I put n at the end. I hit enter, and then we get the sum of those numbers, right? So it just adds up these. Now to do the do while loop, on the other hand, all I have to do is I have to replace this while here with a do. So it's gonna start with a do, and then at the bottom here, I'm just gonna put in the while. So instead of having this while at the beginning of the statement, I have it at the end of the statement. So basically it's gonna do this until this condition is not true anymore. So it's gonna do it until there is no more numeric data. Now if I try and run this, it should work exactly the same as before, or almost exactly the same as before. So if I enter 10, 12.5, 23, and hit enter, it sums up all the numbers. So it's 10 plus 12.5, that's 22.5. Then I have 45.5. That's the sum of all these numbers. Now, so that's the do while loop. It's exactly the same as the while loop. The only difference is you start with the do and you end with the condition. While this condition is still true, you're gonna keep on doing the statement within the loop. Now, next I'm gonna show you the difference between the two, between the do while and the while loop. And watch here, the only difference here is when I do this, I'm just gonna put n here. So I'm not putting in any data, I'm not entering any numbers, I'm just gonna do n. And you see that it crashes, the program crashes. Where in the other case, the while loop, this is the while loop. So the while loop starts with while at the beginning and we don't have to do anywhere. If I do the same thing in the other program where we use the while loop, I just put n, hit enter, and you see it works. It printed the sum of all the numbers as 0 since I didn't enter any number in there, so the sum is 0. But back to the do while loop, if I run it again one more time so you can see, same exact thing, it crashes. The reason for that is with the while loop, when it checks to see if there is a number in the input, if it checks if the user has inputted a number, if it doesn't see any number in here, all it does is skip to here, then it prints out this message with the sum. The sum is initialized to 0, so that's why that's why it works, because it skipped this whole loop and it just goes and print out the statement with the sum equals 0. But on the other hand, the do while loop, the do while is always gonna execute these statement at least one time. So since there is no data entered, there's no number entered, this statement right here is causing a problem. If I run it again, I didn't enter any number, and you see this one, statement number 26 is the one that crashes, because it's trying to read a double which isn't there, because I didn't enter any double. I enter some character string, and that's what makes it that's what caused the problem. So in this case, it's better to use the while loop if we want to do this in this case. But if you prefer to do it using the do while loop, you would need to check here. You would need to say if sc dot has next double. So we would need to check to see if there is a number entered. If so, then we're gonna process. Otherwise, we're just gonna skip these two statements, and we're gonna come to here, and this one checks if there's a double. If there's no number entered, it's just gonna print this. So now it should work exactly the same as the while loop. And let's check that. I'm gonna run it, and I'm gonna put n here, and it says the sum is 0. So now it works. Now what if I enter some data? 1.2, 3.5, 6, and the sum is 10.7. So 1.2 plus 3.5 is 4.7, plus 6 is 10.7. So now it still works. But at least if I don't enter any data, it wouldn't crash. Anyway, so that's how the do while loop works in Java. Thank you everyone. See you next time.